Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at the killer first issue of Stray Toasters from Bill Sienkiewicz, one of my all-time favorite artists. Cannot wait to share it with you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit like and let's get right into it. So Bill Sienkiewicz, what can I say? Absolutely, I love him. I think I first encountered his art on like X-Men Annual 6 with the vampire issue and then 159 with Dracula. I'm the same sort of story. Very different style from Bill at the time. He was still evolving. He was definitely more in the Neil Adams clone phase that he started his career. And then through his work on Moon Knight, he definitely started branching out and becoming like more experimental, Electro Assassin. He just like wanted to introduce painting into comic books and all kinds of different media and just really exploded and expanded. New Mutants, of course, sacred, legendary, living. Stray Toasters was like his first foray by himself, creator-owned 4-part miniseries through Marvel's Epic imprint. Not superhero, more of a dark, crazy story. Great art. Look at this cover. So iconic. So many beautiful, what do you call it? Sienkiewichian hallmarks. You know, was doing a lot of checkerboards, I feel, in his art. Creator, writer, Bill Sienkiewicz. Letterer, James Novak. Designer, Robin Brosterman. Associate editor, Daniel Chichester. And assistant editor Steve Bucoletto. Very interesting. Steve Bucoletto, I feel, is a colorist, and Daniel Chichester went on to be a writer, so very interesting. Blood and Oranges. I mean, how great is that? Like, none of this is going to make sense, I don't feel, but you're in for a thrill ride, artistically speaking. Love all these birds. Sienkiewicz just was like, you know, I've always loved reading interviews with him about his process, and he just, like, is so visceral and just, like, you know, I feel, you know, he definitely, like, introduced the style of art. I think you see, like, a lot of knockoffs and copy about it, but at the time, like, this was just so innovative and so, like, striking, but oddly, like, divisive in a lot of ways. I mean, I feel like he has more fans than he did, but back in the day, especially when he took over New Mutants, people were, like, shitting their pants. They're like, this is horrifying, this is terrible, you ruined this book, I tore it up, and I'm mailing it back to you, blah, 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 whatever. But I feel like if you're eliciting that kind of response, you're doing something right. What a great building with the light on here. I don't know. You know, all this, like, collage style art and just, like, slapping things on the board, whatever will stick. You know, he did this, like, New Mutants poster, and he's, like, gluing, like, circuitry to it and just, like, crazy things like that. So, I mean, it just, the pure beauty of Bill Sienkiewicz's art, you know. And it's funny because you talk about copycats or whatever. I feel like he's so innovative and so unique and it's just so his own. Although, and I'll get to that in a second, that I think it's really hard to copy, especially you can copy style, but you can't copy intuition. And that's the truth. So there is this artist, famous painter, done a lot of like movie posters and oddly like TV guide covers, but named Bob Peak. And I heard that he was a big influence on Bill Sienkiewicz. And actually, I was kind of gutted when I looked him up because influence is like not the right word. Like, is the understatement of the year. Like, there is so much Bob Peak art that just like screams Bill Sienkiewicz. It was kind of jarring, to be honest with you. And I was like, oh, he's not as innovative and as original as I thought. And I don't want to take away from him because he is still obviously super talented and like one of the best artists of our generation and like one of my favorite comic book artists. But it was just kind of weird. You know what I mean? I can't think of another example, but I mean, I've seen it, like, you know, especially with homage covers being so prevalent. You know, a lot of times people will see the original and think that the homage was being ripped off, which always cracks me up. Because homages are seldom, if never, better or as good as the original. And I feel like that's the only way they should be done. I love this. I just love this so much. Like, there's this like huge bedroom with this huge ceiling. There's like art on the wall, these like small figures laying in bed. I mean, it's just, the color is just so visually exciting and draws you in. And what a beautiful, beautiful book. It just really is. I mean, pink elephants, I love it. Like, you get a lot of whimsy. This is reminding me of that great New Mutants issue. I think it was Rain's Fairy Tale, where it had the very, like, Disney-looking cover, but still dripping with Sienkiewiczian goodness. Sienkiewicz. Bill Sienkiewicz. That's it. My fellow Polak. Yes. I think his Twitter handle is that Polish guy, if I remember correctly. And I'm a little bit Polish. I'm a little bit Swedish, German, whatever, you know. All that. And a bag of chips. I love this. This is so cool. See, more checkerboards. I don't know why that's so prevalent in his work. Is there something to it? I think it was a sign of the times. It feels like an 80s kind of thing, right? Remember Vans tennis shoes with the checkerboard? Maybe that's all it is. Or maybe it's a Pizza Hut tablecloth. I don't know. I know you guys are saying Pizza Hut doesn't have tablecloths, but if you know, you know. I love that. I love, like, I mean, it's just so innovative. Like, that's what I love. And I feel like that, you know, he was definitely doing that on Electra Assassin. Like, you'd get different medium, like pen and ink, or, you know, painting, or just, like, so many different styles. Yeah, I love how it just goes from this painting to, like, this very basic, like, pen and ink style, which is so cool to see. Especially in black and white, right? I mean, what a great painting. Where does he even start? Just so amazing. Like, I would love to sit and watch him, like, paint just for hours and hours and hours. I feel like, I don't know. Like, it's weird because I don't feel like he wrote many things beyond this. I mean, obviously this is so epic in scope, and I'm sure the art was well received. I don't remember much about, like, story wise. Like, I don't feel like people, like, you know, this isn't like The Watchmen or anything as far as stories go, but such a great book anyway. Oh my god, that would be such a great poster or frame print for your house, eh? La 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 la. Anyway, love it. That is so cool. Creepy. Little gingerbread men cookies. I mean, there's just so much wacky imagery and just, like, it's a visual feast. Period. More checkerboards. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful art. This is like going to a museum within, like, 48 pages of a comic book. So cool. I always wonder about, like, his exact process and stuff, because some of it looks, you know, not necessarily traced, but like Xeroxed, or sort of, I don't know, some sort of collage thing happening. Not sure exactly how he works, but I don't know. Do I want to know? It's kind of like knowing the magic of a magician, because I mean, I'd never be able to do this myself or pull off anything like it. I think something like Bill Sienkiewicz can't be taught in a way, because he's one of those artists, and I say it all the time, you know, you learn how to draw, you learn the rules, and then you break them. And, you know, if you know the fundamentals and basics as an artist, then you can go outside the box and create your own path to this effect, coolness, and success. So much goodness from Bill Sienkiewicz. Straight Toasters #1, classic, iconic. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit like, subscribe, share my content. I'll bring you more later.